Hello, welcome to my workshop. Let's get right into it. We're going to take a look at some guitar pickups using this magnetic viewing film. Here you can see I'm bringing a magnet close to the film, and the magnetic field interacts with the little particles in the film or paper. And here I'm wiping the image on the film clean with the large magnet, and you can also see here that even though the film is a little bit transparent, mostly the image is due to the magnetic field and not the color of whatever is behind the film. The first guitar we're going to look at has one Jaguar pickup. This is a new type of guitar I've just started selling. It's called the Model A. It has a lot of unique features. Take a look at some of the other videos on my channel to find out more about it. Now let's quickly talk about Jaguar pickups before we look at one under the film. Fender started selling the Jaguar in 1962, and 3 years later, the whole company was bought by CBS, who focused more on cost cutting and turning a profit than doing research and development. And so the Jaguar really does represent the pinnacle of R&D at Fender. When Leo was still running the company, they weren't as focused on sparing expenses, and the Jaguar was their new top-of-the-line model. One of the innovations that was made was the introduction of this metal claw which wraps around the back of Jaguar pickups. These are grounded so they prevent some hum or interference, but they also shape the magnetic field and focus it under each string. So let's go back to our test and take a look at one of these, because if it's focusing the field, we should be able to see that. The best way to capture this seemed to be to move the camera around and show it from different angles. Immediately you can tell that the claw does affect the field, and as we compare this to some other pickups, you'll see that there is some focusing happening here. I decided to make a little frame to hold the film flat, and that's what you'll see in all of the shots that follow. Other than the claw, Jaguar pickups are similar to Stratocaster pickups. They use the same bobbin, and so their coils are the same shape, if not the same winding. So let's look at a Stratocaster pickup next and see what the differences are. The pole pieces kind of form one blob, and the magnetic field looks a bit weaker, and it just doesn't cover as much range along the string as with the Jaguar pickup. And here they are side by side. So what we'll do next is look at the magnetic fields of 3 other common pickups, and then we'll play some guitars and do a comparison of how they sound to try to determine if any of this makes any difference and if there's any correlation between what we see and what we hear. Here is a humbucker pickup. Inside we see the 2 parts of the coil, which are wound in opposite polarity, which is what bucks the hum, though this also removes some high frequencies from the signal. Does it look as focused as the Jaguar pickup? Not quite. Here is the bridge position. We do see the pole pieces pretty clearly, but let's do a side-by-side with the Jaguar pickup. So the Jaguar pickup is a bit crisper, and it's kind of like there's 3 dark areas for each string with the Jaguar pickup, compared to 2 large, blurrier areas for the humbucker. And here's a P90 pickup. Let's see what it looks like. To me, this looks just like a bigger Stratocaster pickup. And here's a side-by-side of those. And now with the Jaguar pickup. And last, I did look at the lipstick pickups in this Dan Electro guitar. To me, this pickup does look focused, and like the magnetic field is quite strong coming off of it. Now that we've seen these magnetic fields, I'd like to add that the reason that the Model A only has 1 pickup is that you only need 1 placed in the right spot, and a second magnetic field farther up the string where it moves more will apply a drag force to the string itself, and there are a number of other YouTube videos that demonstrate that you can actually hear this. It adds a slight compression, and I'll link to these in the description. Now let's go to the sound comparison. Oh yeah, and all of these guitars have the bridge pickup selected with the tone and volume controls wide open. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching this. I hope you found that interesting. I should point out that there is definitely more to guitar circuits than what you're able to see in the magnetic field of the pickup. But I do think there is something to how different the Jaguar pickup does look, and the sound of it always seemed to me like each string is going into a mixing board to be balanced, whereas P90s are said to have more of a room sound. But anyway, maybe I'll make another video like this in the future. If there's any other pickups you'd like to see put under the film, let me know what they are and I'll try to get a hold of some.